So, I had an interesting happen. So, this dude that I have recently become faithful friends with, not a friend or anything, it's just a dude. Um, he posted a video where he's fucking crying. It's this black woman. She's getting arrested. Man, I wish I had that video actually. So this black woman, cop has the black woman. They're behind the woman's car, and they are. The officer says, "All right, well, I'm gonna need you to put your hands behind your back. Step over here." I literally just thought, damn, I wish guy would go live. Well, damn, I wish I could get $500. Hopefully it continues.
Oh,
but this I should have sent it to Angie. Actually, that would have worked. But she immediately starts crying. Why? And she doesn't listen. She put up a fight. The officer ends up kind of taking her down because she's fighting with him. And she's crying, I want my mama. I need to call my mama. I want to call my mama. And this dude, he makes this video where he is literally crying. I couldn't even watch the whole video that he made. I fast forwarded through it. He was literally crying about how, this shouldn't happen to the black women and blah, blah. This is an example of racism and yada, yada, yada. All this bullshit, right? So, I'm going to read you the exchange that took place. Now, maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then by all means, please tell me, call me out, right? So the first comment I said was, equal rights means you are treated the same, especially if you act like this. I'm not a fan of police, but I'm also not a fan of entitled black women who think they don't have to follow the rules. If she listened and cooperated, she would have been fine. And if the pig was in the wrong, she would have had a law. She would have a lawsuit. Is it okay? Comma, women do the little girl. The thing is, space, comma, space. Officer treated her like a grown man, space, comma. Threw her on the ground, pushed her during space, comma, space. He would have never 18-year-old white girl like that, space, comma, space. I know that, space, comma, space. And everybody knows that. Oh, maybe he did say more and I didn't get it out. I don't think. Yeah, I must not have hit that right. Alright, this is run outside and no. He literally just started, they didn't even give it a chance. Yeah, we'll see. It's so funny how, my people, right, they give a shit. They care enough about me that it bugs them. And it should bug them because they're not just censoring me, they're censoring you. I've had issues with my feed before, but I don't ever remember it being this bad for such a consistent amount of time. Normally it sort of does this and then fucks around, but then it comes back and everything's fine. It's better now? That's weird. Blocking my comments now, YouTube. I mean, you're used to it, right? It says this feed's only been going for 55 seconds. Does that mean 55 seconds of total view time is available? I don't even know. I don't know. Is it seriously better? Did it just suddenly get better and now everything's fine? Because that would make sense too, right? I guarantee this man, this black dude blocks me. He just requested me actually the other day. I've been getting a lot more requests lately, but I think the majority of the requests are spam requests. But you know, I've gone for literally years without any sort of activity like that. Like I never get any requests. My comments never get liked. It's really interesting. It's almost like my page doesn't exist. And unless you are associated with my page, you don't see that my page exists. Mary says it all the time. It's funny, every time I open up Facebook and I see like I got like 20 notifications or whatever, I'm like, oh, Mary must be busy. Because Mary's the only one. Mary sees them, Matt sees them, Karen sees them. But for the most part, nobody sees my posts. Is it working now? So it's fine now, so I don't need to go outside. Is that what we're saying? Interesting. Shadow banned. Yeah, I was shadow banned a long time ago. So, this other black chick pipes in and says, "Shut your bitch ass up. He's a grown man using his authority to get away with assault. Now we're coming after you and your entitlement." And I was like, what? So I said, LOL, way to prove my point. If she was smart, she would have complied, and if there was something nefarious going on, she could have gotten paid from the lawsuit. Your caveman mentality is why people of color have such a hard time getting ahead, and it's all by design. Your ignorance is exactly why this dumb broad, black or white, is in the situation she's in. She's literally... Where the fuck did the rest of that comment go? I don't know what happened to all my responses. I could have sworn I took a screenshot of all of it. But you know, basically, it's the same thing. That's the point. Is like, you know, I get so sick of black people claiming racism, claiming like racism is super strong, racism super alive, racism is very much extremely powerful problem in our society. Absolutely no doubt about it. But it's also manufactured. It's like it's hard to even defend against it. You know, and something that always makes white people mad is when I say black people can't be racist in this country. In the United States of America, black people cannot be racist. I'll say it again.
You don't want your ball?
Black people cannot be racist. Black people can be prejudiced as a motherfucker. But racism is the ability to affect the other group's life.
Let her out of her crate.
You decide how much money goes into the schools. You decide whether there are grocery stores. You decide, this racism is a bigger thing than just I don't like this person or that person. I see white people who work 2 jobs or more irate. They literally can't recover their body, yet you are expected to perform the same. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, pretty much everything is explainable if you just look at it. Like I hate what black people have been turned into because I can't get behind it. I
Let her out of her crate.
Come on, guys. I can't defend stupidity. Like I see it so often. Anytime it's a TV show, I mean, like I can't even. It's weird because you just see it everywhere, and it's so embarrassing when black women start laughing at something or guys, let her out
of her crate
and outside. It's really. It's just got the clapping, the hand clapping, the aggressive nature, the acting tough. I mean, this girl with the police, like again, she's an adult woman who is screaming and crying. I want to call my mama. I want to call my mama. It's what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? You want to call your mama? Why? Why are we raising the next generation to be like that? And I guarantee this bitch was driving like a fucking lunatic. Because black women are by far the worst drivers. Okay, so you guys can both shut down. Because I've yelled it down like 3 times.
Look.
Okay, you're right. So what's the problem?
She's barking. She's stupid.
That's true. Let her out. My bad. It sucks because the blacks think if you don't talk black or code switch, that is somehow a problem, yet it's also a problem just being yourself if you're not cool. I hate how they don't see it, though. It's all to create division and hate. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, black people have been made into somebody that's easy to hate. Just like white people. Just like that arrogant, redneck, Trump style, like, the average young black male is so off-putting and so... I mean, it's shocking. It's just shocking. I'm not saying it's all of anybody. All of anybody ever. We're not talking about all. But we are talking about how... I mean, seriously, I'd never date a black chick because I could never deal with the shit. The entitlement, the arrogance, the stupidity. I don't be knowing that. I don't be knowing that. What the fuck? How did you get passed through school speaking like that? I mean, this failure is catastrophic. It's across the board. It's in everything. I couldn't either. I'd end up in jail. Too little patience for all the BS. Entitlement, yes. Well, it's a crazy thing right now because, of course, we have 2 white people here who are like, hell yeah, hell yeah. I know you'd be the same way if I was talking bad about white people. But it's just interesting how it'll be perceived, right? Yeah, I'm on all the fentanyl. Yeah, all the fentanyl, the crack, heroin, smack, boo-boos, doo-doos, ding-dings, up-ups, down-downs, all of it. Left, right, BA, select, start. I'm on all of it. Stop it. Getty. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Fucking idiot. Oh, I hate when he gets in these modes. And then we've got these dumbasses. Like, look at this. We've got dumbasses coming on here talking about, I can't have a conversation. I'm going to say Christ is king. Right? Like, it's just so interesting. And then, of course, black people that believe in religion and God and all that. Oh, it's all just so fucking irritating. And it's the friars are the ones sitting back just laughing about it all, laughing at the straight stupidity. Cocaine too. You don't think there's a God? No, I know there's not a God. Has nothing to do with thinking there's not a God. and if there is, it's as much of a piece of shit as anything ever could be. Right? The God that you believe in is why you would want to believe in that God is so far beyond me. Especially the Jewish God. Talk about an asshole. Yahweh is an asshole. just a little, like, insecure, weaselly, fucking, hate-filled asshole. You better believe in me and me alone. Better not say anything. You don't think that way. Say that about God and see what happens to you. God is fake. God is stupid. God isn't real. God is every negative thing I could possibly say. No, nothing. Nothing. As always. Hate-filled sky daddy. I mean, at the end of the day, God can dinkle, dinkle, dink and make all the pedophilia and rape and shit go away, and yet it doesn't. And then it's supposed to be blamed on us, like, oh, well, it's our free will, and it's whatever. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. You will get karma for that. You will say, okay, well, first of all, karma is not a religious, like, especially not a Jewish concept. And karma doesn't work that, do unto others thing. That's not what karma is. Karma is something that you build up so that when you go into the next lifetime, you have a buildup of good karma. You'll have bad karma and you have good karma. You want more good karma than bad karma. It has nothing to do with all of the dumb shit that, especially this goofy Jewish guy says. Which goes to show, goes to show you how fucking stupid they are. Right? Just grasping at any straws they can. If I get struck by lightning, I hope I have a Powder experience. You guys remember Powder? I love that movie. HBO played it every day for a fucking year. Christianity doesn't believe in karma. No, karma is a Middle Eastern philosophy. Or an Eastern philosophy, whatever. It has nothing to do with Jesus, God, religion, bullshit. Oh, yes. No, they do. They just claim they don't and call it divine judgment. They think their bad will come back. Yeah, it's not the same thing. It's not what karma is. My 10-year-old cousin is about to PS you in subs. Oh, okay. Like, again, thank you for proving the censorship. Like, what are you, fucking stupid? You are stuck on the dogmatic view of God. Maybe you should look at the scripture esoterically and different other times. Can you consider your conclusion there's obviously an intelligent design? Yeah. Even if there's an intelligent design, that doesn't mean it's God. You don't look at a video game and think God did it, do you? But I love when people say that kind of shit, right? Like that arrogant as fuck. Like, oh, you just don't have the understanding and you're the blah. Why don't you explain it then? Why don't you explain to us your much deeper understanding of that? No, this is where they say, oh, well, it's too much to explain, or you have to have read this book or that book. Why did God make the instructions, the secret, the manual so difficult to understand? Why did God make it so that you need to go to somebody else to have some sort of understanding, or read another book, or anything like that? Why isn't it, why isn't page 1, paragraph 1, first sentence, first of all, don't fuck with kids? Why doesn't it say that? I know if I wrote, if I was given the pen to write the narrative by which society ran by, that would be first. No fucking with kids. Jealous and angry God, right? Such a crybaby little bitch. Everything Jesus says is like the most crybaby, pathetic stuff. Like all the stuff written in red. And it matches. It's like how you always know a Trump supporter when you're talking to one, right? Because they match that stupidity, that arrogance, that entitlement that comes with a Trump supporter. It comes with Trump. I'm probably the best, whatever it is, ever. How can God be jealous of anything? I wonder. He's God. He has it all. It's it, remember? I mean, I guess if you're going with the white guy in the clouds with a beard and a toga, then it's a he. But no kids, number one, right? And the thing is, we're not stupid, right? We don't just say it's this or it's this. Like, well, what if that person's 19 or 15 and the other person's 17 or something? Yeah, well, there are exceptions to rules. Those aren't necessarily kill the person situation, right? Kill the person situation is you're a predator. We can see it. You're a predator. You get caught by literally any one of these fucking predator hunters out there. You get caught in one of those situations by even some dumbass, doesn't have to be Chris Hansen. You're a fucking predator. There is no excuse. You were not trying to be a good guy. You did not just make a mistake. This is not your first time. It might be the first time it worked out for you, but there will be no hiring of a man to come put his mouth on your baby's genitals after he cuts them. That's illegal, right? There's no two ways about it. That's illegal. Seriously, ask yourself why my feed was so fucked up, and then it's not. But sorry, I got off topic here. Going back to the whole black and white thing. It's definitely weird. It's definitely weird to be the halfie, I can tell you that. Especially be a halfie that grew up before halfies were everywhere. Like, it's hard to even imagine that. It seems weird to say it, but I didn't know any my whole life. Other than my cousins once they were born. But to see the difference between black and white people, and to see how it's all manufactured, what it means to be black, like Matt sort of touched on earlier, the things that are associated with being black, speaking like you're a fucking moron. I saw it today. A group of black kids was walking through the neighborhood. There was 5 of them. They were literally walking like they covered the whole road, right? They're walking down the middle of the road, but they're walking next to each other, so they blocked the whole fucking road. Why, when black people started walking down the middle of the street, yeah, maybe in the last 10 years or so it started. But it's so fucking stupid, especially to have some sort of attitude when somebody else has an attitude because they had to be slow down or, whatever it is, because you're dumbass. Yes, Mary, yes. They for some reason had on like hoodies and shirt, like they were dressed like it wasn't 85 fucking degrees and humid.
That's how you look cool.
One kid's pants were literally down by his ankles. He had a pair of shorts on underneath, of course, but his pants were down by his ankles.
But that's how he looks cool.
And they were just, it's like I can guarantee if I walked up to them and I asked them anything about anything. Like they think it's it's gay or it's, weird if you're smart. Being smart is a bad thing. You really think that black people just intuition just figured it out one day that being smart was stupid? Like why did that happen to black people? Why was that a thing that happened in the black community like it did? That being smart is associated with negativity. The dead. I don't look like any halfies, Nobody looks like me. Halfies usually have a very, black but lighter look to them. I don't know why. I look like as halfy as you can get. There's no one side dominant. Right down the middle. My black father and my, white redhead mother. I don't, the growing up in those two neighborhoods and watching how they hated each other, right? Like, the white side of the family hated the black side of the family for being black. The black side of the family hated the white side of the family for how they treated them or how they treated black people. Like, there's a difference. You want to end prejudice, end racism. Right? Racism leads to prejudice. Racism is why people of color don't like white people, because racism is everywhere. And white people constantly deny it. Denying racism is the new racism. To have the audacity to tell the black person that what they experienced wasn't what they experienced. But then again, when I watched that video that inspired this whole thing, that the video was made by someone else, and then you had this black guy who was crying, making the video talking about how it's this is racist and he would have never done this to a little white girl and blah blah blah. Little white girls, I mean, it depends. If it's a white girl from the hood who acts like a black chick, yeah, I guarantee she would have gotten the same treatment. Like that is a very abrasive. Oh hell no! Like I saw this video today of this guy who goes around asking girls if height matters, and when they say yes, he says, "All right, step on the scale." Now, only dudes with little dicks act like having a little dick isn't a big deal. Like, at the end of the day, to be a chick, to go through what it's like to have sex and not get the payoff for it, and yet have to deal with the goo and the sweaty dude all on them and all that shit, like that's just not fair to them. Right? Like, you just can't. I can't say to chicks that they shouldn't care about dick size, and we're talking about, like, from a biological standpoint. You know, they have a bunch of nerve endings inside. The bigger the thing, the more nerve endings get stimulated. That's literally what it is. It's why the friars are always so shit out of luck with their micro penises. Shit. Hang on a second. Here. A lot of black people say black people can't be racist. Black people can't be racist. You're stupid. Stop. Ow! Stop it. Fucking cat. Like, it's not rocket surgery here. Black people can absolutely be prejudiced, but they can't be racist. I don't know why. See, again, it's like, you know, white people, if you're not racist, then you shouldn't have a problem with that. Right? You can really judge who people are by the things that they have a problem with. The things they can't say. Racism is the belief that groups of humans possess different behavior and traits corresponding with inherited attributes that can be divided based on the superiority of one race or ethnicity over another. It may also mean prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against people with different ethnic background, body variance, and racism, also based on social perceptions of biological differences between people. These views can take the form of social actions, practices, or beliefs, or political systems in which different races are ranked as inherently superior or inferior to each other based on presumed shared inheritable traits, abilities, or qualities. There have been attempts to legitimize racism through beliefs through scientific means, such as scientific racism, which have been overwhelmingly shown to be unfounded. In terms of political systems, e.g., apartheid, that support the expression or prejudice or aversion in discriminatory practices or laws, racist ideology may include associated social aspects such as nativism, xenophobia, otherness, segregation, hierarchical thinking, and supremacism. Jane, what's going on, man? Anyone can hate. That's just common sense. Anything beyond that is getting nitpicky. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It is. But it's. I mean, you know, the thing is about most things. Like, if you ask people why they believe in whatever they believe in, they don't know. Yet when it comes to, you know, like when it comes to racism, the racism that people of color experience, if you ask a black person why are they so prejudiced against white people, they're almost going to laugh at you. Like, you just can't even begin to understand how much they've experienced in their life. You know, the times when somebody said something, the times when, you know, I mean, it's just so I've experienced so much shit in my life. And the thing is, for me, I've experienced it from a couple of different perspectives. I've experienced racism from a perspective that black people will never experience it. I've experienced racism from white people when they think they're safe. You know, when white people look around and don't see any people of color, they're people they think are people of color around, they are different. You know, whenever you have a white person pretend like they've never heard anybody being racist, they've never heard any, they're lying. They're just fucking lying. That or they don't even realize it because it's so commonplace, right? But because I look the way I do, especially in the wintertime, I've had plenty of white people not realize that I was a person of color and just be themselves. Make whatever racist jokes they wanted to, act a certain way. Like it's happened to me plenty of times. And look at the Jews are here in force tonight. Look at this. Suddenly out of the fucking woodwork we have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 of them. And you want to talk about a group of supremacist people. Like supremacy is a different thing. They can't be racist because they're not a race. Their ism, their supremacism covers what would be considered different races of people. You know, they're just really, really awful people. And it's again, it's like with everything else, it's understandable. I mean, all men have experienced what it's like to, you know, have dick envy, to look at a porn and be like, God damn, you know. But when you're talking about an entire population that is afflicted by the micro penis, like that is a huge piece of this puzzle. And because we live in this weird society where we can't talk about it, it's an interesting thing. Free Palestine indeed, but again, Free Palestine is one of those things like Zionism that we're allowed to say. But Free Palestine, you can't say Free Palestine to the Lebanese. Can't say Free Lebanon to the Iranians. Can't say Free Iran to the fucking Palestinians.
Yeah, you can.
You can, but it's not gonna, you know, it doesn't make much sense. The reality is we need to end the fucking cult that inhabits Israel. Because, you know, I'm not saying Free Palestine to the children in Hollywood. You know, we're talking about the same sickness affecting different people in different regions in different ways, but it's the same sickness. He just supported Israel, so I'm saying, ew. So he's gross. Israel is a genocidal state. I mean, you're seeing this. I saw a video today of a Jewish man fighting with some pro-Israel Jews. They're really starting to try to push this narrative that, you know, like I keep telling you guys, the genocide is the distraction. I mean, let's just say they stop killing people. Let's say they stop the genocide. Does that fix the problem? You know, does that eliminate the fact that they're still, you know, controlling it? Like if Israel stops killing people, they still exist. Israel still should not exist. Does Israel have a right to exist? Fuck no. That shit's insane. Some goofy ass biblical fairy tale? Like, tell me someplace else that exists because of some goofy ass fairy tale. Right? That'd be like you know.
Disney World?
No, I mean Disney World exists because it was created along with and to sell something. It wasn't like nobody was looking back at some ancient bullshit and being like, no, no, no. That'd be like we made Camelot. We decided to call the place we live in Camelot and be like, no, no, it's Camelot from the fucking book. Yeah. I know it's in the wrong region and everything, but no, they meant to put it here. And, we're promised Camelot. Fucking Knights of the Round Table and shit. Yeah. Why else do they always refer to it as the state of Israel? Yes, 51st unofficial state. Exactly. Right, the state of Israel. That doesn't make any sense. It'd be like you're the owner of the restaurant, but you refer to yourself as the manager all the time. That doesn't make any sense. So basically, micro penis is why all the anger? No, but it's a huge piece of it. It's weird that the micro penis can be such a huge piece of the puzzle. It's like the only time their micro penis is actually a huge thing. But it's the micro penis is like a main driving force of it. But again, if we're not being honest about what we're talking about, then we're just sort of spinning tires. It doesn't really matter. Until we start acknowledging the fact that this is a pedophile cult. The pedophilia is written into the scripture. There is no separating it. You can't just get rid of the pedophilia and continue to do the scripture. You can continue to be a part of the cult. Right? Ouch. Like it's you have to, the soul correction grapes are a part of the redemption arc. It's how you transcend all of your sins to get the redemption. They can't have the covenant with Abraham unless they do the metzitzia. You don't get the mitzvah unless you do all 4 parts of the ritual. And you can't eliminate one part of it and still have the favor from God and all that shit. Like, that's how it's written. Right? See me there, did the Mossad. Please don't talking. Go fuck yourself, Mossad. Let's see. Mossad has a page that joined 8 years ago and has no subscribers. I've gotten to that point where, it really does seem like people want to be where they are. And fuck, man. You guys want to pay me to shut up? I'll shut up. No problem. You guys give me my $10 million and nobody will ever hear from me again.
Untaxed.
Untaxed, of course. You guys are just anti-Semitic Nazis. The Nazis are the National Socialist Zionists. None of us are Jewish, so the Nazi thing doesn't work. We're not anti-Semitic because, again, we're not Jewish. The anti-Semitic ones are the Jewish, the people that are killing the Semitic people, the Iranians, the Palestinians, the Lebanese. Those are Semitic people. We are very pro-Semitic. Very anti-Semitism, but pro-Semitic. There's a big difference there. And I understand that you're really stupid, like inbred, stupid. Your parents are fucking cousins and shit. Whose parents were cousins, whose parents were cousins. Like, I get it. But understand, like, they're different words for a reason. You know? That you don't have different words. You have to have reason for it. Iranian people are not Semitic. Yeah, they are. The Semitic people are the people of that region. Even the North African people, black people, are Semitic. But see, this is all the kind of shit where they can, these are all the things that they would rather us talk about than Mishnah Nada, than Metzitzia B'Peh, than soul correction. Right? Like, it's funny how a lot of the things they use to try to keep me from talking about it, like, they'll be like, oh, yeah, about the genocide. Well, yeah, well, Semitic, all that stuff, right? Whereas those were, they never used to want us talking about how they're committing genocide. Now, that's literally all you see. I mean, we have Netanyahu on our TV all the time, bragging about the genocide. Ben Gvir has a fucking noose cake, walks around with a pin on his lapel that's a noose. Like, that man's a fucking psycho, sick-ass piece of shit. They will never acknowledge Mishnah Nada. Isn't that weird? They never do, other than to say, like, oh, that's just really old. They never fucking, they never acknowledge it. Apologize for insulting the Persian culture. How? By saying they're Semitic? Again, I don't expect you to understand. You're really stupid. You're a friar. We have like 4 or 5 friars on this feed right now. Meaning I should have, what, 2,000 to 2,500 people watching? For 0.183% of the world to be here organically, for that to match, for me, for if there's 1 or 2 of them here, if that was 0.183% of my viewers, that would mean I would have, for every one of them that's here, it's 500 to 550 people. Right? Oh, God, never any apology. I hope you're so insulted that you come back here and watch me every day and cry for my attention. Oh, wait. Persian language is from the same language family as Indian language. It's not related to Arabic and Semitic languages. Isn't it funny again how this person is hanging on this semantics? I mean, it's semantics. It's terminology. It's dumbass nonsense. The people from that region of the world are considered Semitic people. You can then call them Persian. You can call whatever. That shit doesn't matter. That's the kind of shit they want us distracted and arguing over. So we don't talk about Mishnah Nada 5.4. Why don't you talk about Mishnah Nada 5.4? I listen to what you talk about. I actually learned something. Yeah, how often does that happen? And how often do you listen to what I'm talking about, learn something, then go look it up and be like, oh, he was bullshitting. He's not telling the truth. Does that ever happen? You said you're fake friars, and he says not apologize. What? Because my people are dying because of your rhetoric. Oh, yeah? Who's dying? When was the last time you heard about casualties in Israel? And it's funny, like, so me, I'm the cause of it. Has nothing to do with who you are and what you do. I am the cause of it. Wow. I didn't think I had that kind of power. I only have 13 viewers and 6 likes. If you're watching, like, share, and sub, but then maybe not, because apparently I'm so powerful, I'm the cause for those people to dying. All the fucking friars. Marin, why do you call her Marin? She's not too scared. She doesn't bother because you're a fucking idiot. You're a natural fucking idiot. Nobody is scared of a friar who fights children. I'm not from Israel, and I'm from Iran, idiot. Oh, yeah, because you could fucking tell by looking at the picture. Right? Let's believe what you have to say, because you're a friar, and we all know how friars tell the truth. The ADL bots are in this chat. Good old ADL cowards. Don't need to look it up. I give benefit of the doubt since while you are willing to talk and intellectualize things where it's understandable. I'm not scared of anyone. I am. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of white people. You know? Like, remember when the whole thing was going around about, well, if you don't think we should build a wall, then why do you lock your doors at night? Well, I lock my doors at night to keep the white people out. What, are you fucking crazy? The vast majority of the people doing the crimes in this country are white. Why? Because of the numbers. They're 69% of the population. Unless, of course, you take out the ones that have Hispanic in their backgrounds, and then it's only 55%. Because, white people are racist against themselves. My picture. So you are racist. How do Iranians look in your mind? Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, in Ireland and black or Hispanic area. No, I have. Still scared of the white people. This guy is so slow, he misses the point and talks everything as an attack. No wonder he says stupid things. Guys addicted to weed, and if pro-trans too. If? You mean is? Yes. Very much is. This guy is literally reverse ad hominem. No, he's just ad hominem. Iran will be free, and you far left liberals can cry about it. What? Oh. I bet this guy got took in the country. I bet this guy got took in the country. Yeah, I bet so. Iran is part of the ruse, man. Iran is not fucking, Iran is just doing its part in this whole thing where they're setting up to round all of us up. That's what's happening. They're building the detention centers all over the country, and they have people distracted calling them data centers. It's why they're not building them in the water. Like, China's already proven that the data centers out in open water make a lot more sense. It's because they're preparing for the big roundup. And Iran is part of the shit. How many times has Iran said, if Israel does just one more thing, if Israel attacks Lebanon one more time, if Israel strikes us one more time, we are going to unleash the full fury on everybody. On Israel. We're going to take out Israel. And then Israel does something, and Iran says, all right, if Israel does something one more time, or they attack a bunch of military bases around where they are. Why hasn't Iran leveled Israel yet? That's sort of the end of the argument, isn't it? The mic drop. Shut up! You shut up! So this guy comes to my feed every day, and he wants to just look at me? Wants me to just sit here and... I could be like one of those people that's trying to show you a clip, but in order to show you the clip, I have to have my face in there the whole time. Gotta love that shit, huh? I usually am, Mary. I usually am. I guess Iran is complicit in the genocide. When did you hear Iran step up for the fucking Palestinians? It was 2 years before the Iranians got involved. And then, immediately they're like, oh, you can't go after Lebanon. Well, why the fuck weren't they saying anything about Palestine? Why didn't anybody say anything about Palestine? Does this guy ever shut his mouth? Yeah, while your mom's blowing me, I'm like, this is really boring. She's so used to a micro penis. She's just the whole time. Yeah, I'm all over the place. You can't keep up. I'm talking about so many different things, aren't I? And it's so much different than what I normally talk about. I don't hear much about Iran, only Gaza. I never hear anything about Gaza anymore. Oh, my algorithm doesn't show much of Iran. I guess they know I'll connect too many dots. O2T. I mean, who knows? The one thing I always find interesting is all of the footage that comes out of Gaza, and Palestine and whatnot, and you're always seeing somebody is filming a building. They're not like looking around and then the explosion 20 seconds beforehand and just sitting there, and then the building gets hit. And a lot of times they don't even move. They're like seasoned cameraman. Well, then, as always, like once that gets filmed, who's uploading it to where? How? How do they have any cell phone network whatsoever? Have you seen the pictures of Gaza, of Palestine? Have you seen what it looks like, especially the before and after, like satellite shots, where it's just there's nothing there anymore? So where is their cell phone network come from? How come you don't have over 100K subs by now? That's a great fucking question, isn't it? You can't keep up. Many links in the bio. That's true. Alright, guy. Have a good night, man. Be safe. Sleep well. Like that. I'm actually really proud of Matt, right? Because that's fucking cool. That he knows, like, I need to go to bed. Like, that's the mentality that we should all have. Instead of, oh man, I stayed up too late watching a feed and now I'm not going to be able to work as well. And then I get in trouble at work and I get fired and my boss is like, hey. And it's like, my stupid boss. Yeah, so what? I didn't perform today and I come in all the time and I'm tired and blah, blah, and I make excuses and I complain. I'm still there. Like, that's that mentality that so many people have. What a dumbass question. Would you smoke a blunt with Alex Jones? I think one of the more interesting videos you can find, actually I don't know if you can even find it anymore, was when Alex Jones was on the Joe Rogan show. And by the end of it, it was one of the times, again, I don't remember which time it was, but Eddie was there. And they got Alex to drink and hit the blunt a couple of times, or hit the joint a couple of times. And Alex got fucked up. And you could see Alex Jones went away. And whoever the guy is sort of came out. And at one point he goes, all right, Joe, well, I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anybody before. I can't believe I'm talking. I've never told anybody this story before. And instead of Joe going, holy shit, Alex Jones is about to drop a nugget, knowing he's high and drunk too, like, holy shit, this is going to be good. And Joe's like, oh, all right, what is it? And Alex says, there's a 100% breakaway civilization. There's a completely different civilization. That's this breakaway civilization. And he starts talking, and Joe, like, interrupts him. And instead of Joe being the good host and trying to fish out more details, at some point Joe goes, you know what, this is getting off the rails. I gotta go. This is it. I'll see you guys. And he just ends it. And you have to wonder, what was Joe gatekeeping? Alex Jones told everyone about the Epstein Island years ago, and no one listened. Yeah. I'd like to see what proof there is of that. You hear those kind of narratives all the time, but then it's like there's really not. And Alex Jones is controlled opposition. How else do you have controlled opposition if they don't have lots of truth? Epstein Island is a distraction. The whole Epstein thing is a distraction. Look at the mileage they've gotten out of this dead guy. He's fucking dead as far as we're concerned. Obviously, he's not dead, but. And he's 100% not dead. Like, 100% he's not dead. They told us. They showed us. They literally took pictures. Somebody just happened to be there and took 2 pictures of the Epstein body after it died before it got shipped off, and it doesn't match up. There's not a picture match. The ear's shape is different and the nose shape is different. And those things aren't shit that changes. You're identifiable by your ear shape and your nose shape. Obviously your ears and nose get bigger, especially if you're an alcoholic, but not like this. But I say this all the time. Epstein wasn't famous. Epstein was rich and powerful, but Epstein wasn't famous. Lots and lots of rich and powerful guys get busted doing all sorts of nasty fucking shit all the time. All the time. And it gets hidden from us. The news is completely controlled, and those stores and stores like Andronovich or whatever his name is, Thomas Andronovich or even when the story comes out and it's like that, where holy shit they shipped him off, it goes away when they don't want us talking about it. Epstein is what they told us to pay attention to. We would have never known about Epstein had they not said anything. Just like Kanye West. None of you follow Kanye West. None of you would get upset by stupid things Kanye says. Kanye says, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews. That's not fucking worldwide news unless they want it to be. Alright? Thanks. Appreciate it. Like, share, sub. Alright? We would never have, we wouldn't have given a shit about anything fucking Kanye West had to say or do. Kanye tweets crazy shit all the time, or at least he used to. That shit wasn't worldwide news, was it? But then let him do some fake ass, vague threat. I'm gonna go DEFCON 3. It's definitely a con on the Jews. What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? We only heard about that because they needed a cover. While we were all concerned with what Kanye had to say, they were putting in Netanyahu, Bezalel Smotrich, Itamar Ben-Gvir, Avi Moaz, and the coalition that's in charge of Israel right now. And, shouldn't have been. I mean, it was corruption. The reason why they were put in office to begin with. It was all corrupt bullshit. That's crazy. We only know about Epstein because they wanted us to.
We only know about anything because they want us
Right.
to.
That's
Even
it.
the stuff you think you found that's rare on the internet that wasn't supposed to be leaked, and it was. Bullshit. It was leaked on purpose.
A lot of times, yeah. Or it's like the
It's all on purpose.
not. I think shit like the Bottom of Darkness article was more an example of arrogance than anything. This story that's in the Israel Hayom paper that is actually an offensive weapon. It's on the surface you think it's exposing this issue, when in reality, if you're a victim and you read that article, there's no way you're going to speak out. That article is telling you over and over again, shut the fuck up. Nothing's going to come of it. You're going to be a pariah. Even your doctor has an existential need for denial. And I think that they never, because they're so arrogant, they didn't think some dumb goyim like me is gonna find this article that ran one day, and I just happened to look. I just happened to search Israel that day. It's the only reason I found it. And I don't think that I think in their arrogance, they don't think that anybody's going to find it. And even if they do, well, then they'll just censor the fuck out of the guy that's talking about it. So I think most of it is designed to lead us in certain directions. This is how I gauge my truth, right? I use their sources only, and I look at it from the perspective of it's given to us for a reason, and it's given to us with the shiniest fucking coat it can have on it. It's going to make them look as good as it can make them look. And yet, if it still makes them look like monsters, like the Bottom of Darkness article, that's the shiniest spin they could put on that story, and it makes them look like shit. That's how you know there's some truth to that. Mishnah Nadah 5:4. It's pretty obvious what it says. I mean, it's as much as I am me, and I've been doing this as in-depthly as I've been doing it, it wasn't until 3 months ago or so when Cece was like, hey, look up Mishnah Nadah 5:4 on here. I knew about it, I just didn't know what it was called. I didn't know about Sefaria.org, the online Jewish library. I didn't know about that. And like you always tell me, 99% of the people don't know because our reality is so carefully crafted and controlled. I'm so glad you found that article. Yeah, me too. I can't imagine if I didn't find that article. My entire everything would be different. Like seriously, that article is one of the most important finds I've ever had. That's up there with Team Jorge. I found Team Jorge. I never heard about anybody talking about Team Jorge before me. I haven't heard about anybody talking about Team Jorge after me. I saw one article about one story about it, I don't know, last year or something like that. And that was the first time I'd heard anybody else talking about it. Not saying nobody has. I just hadn't heard about it. Right? Act.il is something I stumbled across. That was in my and if you look up Act.il, there's actually a much more popular guy than me, who I think he's a gay guy, but he does a YouTube. He's exposed Act.il before, and he had 40,000 views and shit on his page. He had actually a pretty decent page, but that's something I discovered in the last year. I heard about I discovered Act.il a few years ago, and that was just from painstaking reading and following the rabbit holes like I do. It makes looking things up difficult a lot of the times, because what I like to do is I look something up, and then I always try to go backwards. So if I'm reading something and it's like the thing I'm reading is based on the work of this guy, well then I want to go read this guy's thing. And as I'm reading this guy's thing, if it says he belonged to this school or he was taught by this, then I got to go to this guy's thing. It's how I stumbled across Cornelius Drebel. I need to fucking look that other guy up. Oh, but I did, and I couldn't find anything. He wasn't nearly as popular as Cornelius Drebel. What the fuck was that guy's name from the other day? I know there was the Trevithick guy. Was that who I was talking about? No, there was the other guy that made the submarines in 1600s. Shit just gets weird. And the thing I do all the time is try to prove myself wrong. I don't go to the Alex Jones fucking page. I don't go watching Ian Carroll and all the other Esther projects leading the way. I go to the sources that they provide us to try to prove myself wrong. And if I'm reading it, and it's shocking how often I'm reading the historical account, the official fucking narrative. This is the way it is. If you don't regurgitate this, you're the crazy person. You fail the test, whatever. And it's dumb. Like this was one of the hardest things for my wife, right? Because my wife, looks at me like I'm a dumbass a lot of the time, and she's a better person than I am. She wants to believe in the good in things a lot more than I do. In some cases, like it's weird, but she's not like she's the last thing she's going to do is just believe something because I say it. And there's been so many times when we go to look something up and the official narrative is just like insultingly stupid. And you can see it on her face where she's like, he's fucking right again. God damn it. Like, it's amazing because so much of our history ends up being shit like, oh, they were pulling ships over mountains with rail cars pulled by donkeys before they could build a bridge. They didn't know how to build a suspension bridge, but they knew how to build the apparatus to pull railroad carts with ships on them over mountains with fucking donkeys. She's not a conspiracy theorist. It's strange. At the end of the day, we've been married 20 plus fucking years almost. Well, almost 20 plus years. Wait.
What?
Are we coming up on the 20th year this year? Is this year 20?
What are you talking about?
For you and I.
No. We just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary.
That was the 20th?
21 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're coming up on 21 and 22.
Right. So, there's the marriage aspect of things. I'm the guy online to you guys. I'm the dumbass husband to her. She's seen me at my worst. She doesn't see the character, the person that you guys see. Right? She sees me at my worst. I'm not letting you guys see my worst. Why? Who wants to? Well, I know who wants to see that, but from a good perspective. Right? And I don't have a problem talking about any of it. That's not the thing. But, there's that aspect of it where, unfortunately, she's not my biggest fan. She's...
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Mary's a much bigger fan than you are. But she's more of my partner than my fan, And it's just different. It's not her fault that I don't make, her style of music. It's just what it is. She doesn't listen to anything close to mine on her own. She listens to rock and roll and country. Well, I don't do that. So.
I listen to everything. I was listening to rap earlier.
Okay. But I bet that you conspiracy started recently, though. Oh, yeah? That's what you bet? So, what would you say would be how recently the Jew conspiracy started for me? It's a recent thing, right?
Oh, yeah. If recent, you mean like 10, 12 years, 10 years? About 10 years.
No, that's more than that. So, Charles was talking about some stuff he found that start 2014. is when I got hurt. So I had already been talking about that was the reason why I didn't let when what the fuck is his name? My old boss.
Which old boss? Jeff?
Jeff. Jesus Christ. When Jeff asked me why I don't say I work at Premiere and attach that to my Facebook page, I said to him, dude, with all the stuff to talk about Jews, you really want your clientele to see that, I work for you? And he was like, oh, yeah, no, it's probably not a good idea. So that was 2013, 14. By then I had already started talking about Jews. It just wasn't. It took a while to get here, because I had to swim through all the shit. Literally, when it comes to talking about Jews, you're going against every current possible. Being a conspiracy theorist is one thing, but you still have a bunch of currents going your way. When you start going down the Jew narrative, it just everybody gets so scared. And everybody doesn't want to get labeled, and they don't know how to. But I've been doing the truther thing for such a long time. I don't know. You can't do the truther thing and not stumble across the Jewish part of it. I mean, it's just impossible. Hmm? It doesn't matter what conspiracy you're talking about. If you look deep enough, that's what you're gonna find. It's not like you try not to, because by going down that rabbit hole, you're making your existence more difficult. I mean, when I was okay, so talk about it all the time, but in for my quote New Year's resolution, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I was just sort of joking when I said it, but it just happened to be that my mindset had gone in this direction at this point. But my New Year's resolution going into 2020 was that I wanted to stop talking about all of the different conspiracies, because it was muddying the waters. I mean, there's just so many different things to think about, so many different things to talk about. And again, if you dig deep enough into any one of those things, you are going to come across the friars. That's just where they all lead to. And so when I made this declaration, it wasn't about the friars 100%. It was Israel. I said I want to cut off Israel and use the money that we would save, the $3.8 billion a year to start, on forming the ultimate pedophile hunter task force, and use the money to hunt pedos. Cut off Israel and use the money to hunt pedos. And there was an immediate change in my feed. Immediate. It was Algo, if Algo was here, he could attest to it. Nobody here now on my side, I mean, maybe the trolls can attest to it, but we can't trust anything they're saying. But Mary wasn't here yet, and Matt, who's gone, wasn't here yet. I don't even know if Karen was here yet. I don't think so. But Algo can attest to it. And it was immediate. It was, prior to that, my feed was about chemtrails, and my feed was about Christianity, and I was all over the place. And I mean, the friar aspect of it was alive and well, but it was just so noticeably different once I made the declaration. I'm suddenly being inundated with all sorts of bullshit. Suddenly Bitchbeard comes out of the woodwork, and I can't even understand what his gig is, but he is mad now, and he is obsessing over me. And Brian Wallace character starts getting exposed, and you know the Bowman character had already been around. Like there's just so much. It's so hard to even begin to prove because they eliminated that Facebook page. They got rid of that Facebook page that was involved with all of that, had all of that evidence associated with it. My page from 2009, when I first made my Facebook page, like they got rid of that shit. And since then, the feed that was allowed to grow, I had, my 5,000 Facebook friends. My band page was going well and all that. Everything just immediately shut down. Suddenly, the band page we can't invite anyone to the band page. We're on some sort of punishment for something we don't know of, but we can't invite people to the band page for at least 2 years. All kinds of shit. I mean, it was just nuts how different things changed once I said I was going to start focusing on Israel. What is you doing? Hello? Huh? Oh. You gotta hide your power level sometimes. There's nothing I can do to hide. There's no other platform to go to. There's nothing. It's all facial like the technology. I don't even know why I fucking do this. Seriously. It's strictly because I just can't deal with the idea of the children being violated so much. I fucking hate it. Like, it's so atrocious to me. And it's just like, what kind of person am I to know that these things are happening, and I'm just like, oh well, my life's good. I don't know.
Isn't it a waste of your life to just spend your life worrying about it and not actually
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
worry about other people's tragedies? You have.
I wasn't put here by anybody. That's the difference between you and I. I don't believe in shit like that. I don't believe in a purpose.
Something put you here?
I put me here.
You did not.
No, I did. I mean, my parents, they had sex. And then my life full of decisions and choices, and it put me here. I wrestle with that all the time. You look at that. You could apply that same philosophy to every aspect of my life. Why the fuck am I in this kind of situation? What kind of broken person am I to surround myself with so much dysfunction and so much heartache? Instead of just being somebody that is, living my fucking picket fence reality and whatnot. I mean, it's pretty fucking weird. From our relationship to my family to my music. I mean, again, why can't I just sing? Why can't I just rap? Why can't it just be something that already works? So I'm not swimming against all of the grain possible, all of the stream possible. That seems to be my MO across the board. You know, instead of getting, you know, a chick, I got some woman who is very independent and strong and smart, and you know, is never going to be like, oh, you're my man. Oh, it's that. Why would I get that? You know, like it's you know, there's so many. I really don't like animals. Like they're cool and all. Like they're. I don't like the responsibility of animals. It really drives me crazy. For my life to be on an animal's, you know, time frame, and I don't get to sleep in because the animal gets up, and I got to clean up shit on my floor and all this other stuff. I'm not that guy that gets the feeling that you get from animals. I don't get that at all. Right? My wife is an animal lover. She she gets a joy from animals that I see in her, and I know I don't have it. And yet, I'm in a life where I have fucking 2 dogs, 5 cats, fish, you know, and and I'm like the main one to deal with their bullshit. My wife doesn't get up. The animal lover, yada, she doesn't get up so she can feed her animals and experience that joy every day of feeding my animals breakfast. Nope. She's like, I'm sleeping. You got it. So why would I be in a situation where I'm forced to not have that feeling you get every day where I'm like, I don't even want to fucking do this. There's something really broken about me. There's something really, you know, I make my, why is it with my oratory abilities, with my charismatic nature and my not ugliest guy in the world face, why don't I just sell Jesus? I could be rich beyond my wildest fucking dreams.
That made me sick to my stomach to think about that.
We could be vacationing. We could never struggle with bills. I could have all the fucking, you know, the adoration and acknowledgement that I could ever want. I would have tons and tons of followers and worshipers, literal worshipers. You know, because isn't that why I do this? For the attention? Isn't that whatever? I'm doing this for attention. So
look at this.
So why don't I just? Why can't I be the person that just gets over my own ego, thinking maybe I can make the world a better place, and just make my life, my wife's life, my children's life. I bet that's AI.
That's amazing.
Make our lives better. My family would be proud of me. They would all be in our. If I was the guy pushing Jesus, they'd all like me. You know, everything would be better if I just pushed Jesus. Except for how I'd feel about myself. You can't shake it. It's horrendous. I'm helping. Who am I helping? And even then, maybe I am. Maybe I'm helping 1 or 2 other people, 5 other people, not feel so lonely in this world. And you know, at the same time, I'm helping you into the same fucking camp that I'm gonna be put into. Because the more you sound like me, the more dangerous you're gonna be. More danger you're in. It does seem like that about Jesus. Oh, if I push Jesus with my voice, with the way I look, I mean, come on. My fucking woolly hair, my bronzy skin, my Christmas birthday, my grandparents, Margaret Magdalena and Joseph, my mother, Mary. I'm Guy, the son of Guy. Like, do you understand how easy the money would flow in if I decided to take? And I want to. I fucking want to. Every time I tell my kids, no, we can't do this, we can't do that. When my kid's telling me, no, we don't need to go to Kalahari because that's too much money, Dad. When my kids are thinking that way. And I gotta be like, dude, it's okay. You know, it's okay. We can afford. No, we can't. Like, I hate it. When I make another fucking amazing song that I know isn't gonna be heard by fucking anyone but the handful. Like, that sucks. And again, it's not like I smart enough to find myself that support system that's like, hey, you're awesome. That song's awesome. Let me listen to it again. And no, I'm listening to you makes my pussy so wet. I just want none of that. I don't get that. So what the fuck am I doing? Well, this shit, I got this fucking kitten right now that is just driving me fucking crazy. Like, I hate it. Try it then, change to normal, guy. I wish I could. Mary, I can't tell you. I wish I fucking could. I hate this. You know, looking through, oh my God, pictures my cousin posted of her family at my aunt's house, where I grew up going tubing, and you know, we loved it. It was always fun there. We had a lot of fun growing up there. My kids should be having fun there. But they don't get to because Guy's crazy. It's gonna happen. No, it's not. It's not. They'll never let it happen, Mary. And even if they did, like, you know, that careful what you wish for kind of bullshit. I talk a good game, but what's it gonna be like? What would it be like if suddenly I was the world-renowned anti-Jewish guy? How different would that make my life? Knowing how they operate, would they shut down all my bank accounts? Stop it! God damn it! The fucked up part is he's gonna electrocute himself. Like, stupid ass fucking cat. I can't stand it. Stop it!
Turn his ball on. It's in the box. It's in the box over there.
And this cat shows up one day. The neighbor calls my wife and says, hey, you gotta come here. Wife goes over there, they go in the backyard. There's this kitten. I'm hearing this meowing. They go in the backyard and there's maybe a 2-week-old kitten. Maybe he's 2 weeks old. And he's just sitting there on the fucking fence. And, you know, I would say don't, but who's gonna leave a kitten sitting there? Nobody. And she comes walking through the door, and as soon as she walked in the door, I was like, fuck! I can't get rid of that. That thing's too cute.
Oh, needed bottles every 2 hours.
Yeah, bottles. We were feeding this cat with bottles and shit.
His eyes.
The cat came back, yeah.
Did you turn the ball on?
Yes. Why the fuck is that my life? I don't want that life.
Shit. Dave, hanging around our house for 5 days. Thunderstorm starts coming the 5th night, and Dave starts screaming at our front door. Guy looks at me and says, can't just leave him outside. and opened up the door. Dave came right in, made friends with our dog, friends with our other cat, settled in. 3 weeks later, Dave's belly started to move. And like, what was it, 55 days, or no, 3 weeks less of 60 days, Dave had 4 kittens.
4 kittens, because, 6 would have been too many. 8 would have been too many.
Oh, yeah.
4 is just enough to where we could keep them.
Each person got a new little kitten.
Like, do you understand how fucking irritating this is? This doesn't make me happy. Gotta clean up cat puke all the time. You know how much money we spend every month fucking on just litter and then animal food. And then, of course, because dumbass over here thinks they're people, so she's got to buy them treats and toys and beds and... Like, I'm like, their house is the bed. Our house is their bed. Get the fuck out of here. They're fine. Nope, they got it. Ugh. It's so irritating. This is not my life. I'm not living my life. It feels really weird to not be in my life.
That dude, Perez Hilton, really did cut the fuck out of himself. He's still in the hospital.
I mean, again, that's what the narrative tells us. I watched the video. Mary sent it to me, and I watched it. That dude took a knife and went like this with it.
Said he needs a bunch of surgeries and shit.
Yeah, well, who knows what the fuck that is. If he would have done that with a knife, his shit would have split open on camera. It would have went down to his teeth. He would have bled to death. With as much as he was doing it, he would have bled to death. I mean, why do I have to be this way? Why do I have to be this fucking smart? Why do I have to fucking... I make the music not because I get some sort of success from it, or, oh my God. Or any other reason why people make music that love that comes from it. Right? I make it because I like it. It sounds good to me. And I listen and I go, why the fuck? It's not like I'm some dumbass rapper, rhyming Bacardi and party every time, and my Mercedes and babies, and black diamonds, I'm far side, and... Like, my shit's good. Why the fuck is it so good if it's not gonna work? If I'm gonna be prevented from it working? I think I know it's good, Mary. To me, it sounds good. I like good music. I've sent you what I was listening to before. Like, I don't like bad music. I like good music of all genres. So when I listen to mine and I like it, that means it's decent. What Mary listens to good music, right? What fucking incentive does Mary have for lying to me and telling me it's good? That this song changed her life or whatever. Like, what's the incentive there? Why would she lie? It's so weird. It's not like I play it for my kids and my kids are like, man, Dad, this is so good. My kids are like, yeah, Dad, it's good. Like, so I get that reaction, which obviously makes me question things. And then there's the mental aspect where, like, I'm like, if it was good, then my wife would be like, let's listen to it, right? She would want to share it. If my shit was good, my wife would share it. That's what my head tells me. Then there's the other part of my head that's like, well, she's got her own dysfunctional shit, so there's that in there too. And like, I don't know. I don't know. Everything changes if there's success. Everything looks different. Everything makes sense, and you just it's justified. But until that point, where it's just poor and struggling, and the thing is too, like I always say, if our music was full of negative comments, then I would know what we were doing wasn't very good. If my feed was full of negative shit, I would know that it wasn't very good. Instead, the shit that I get couldn't be more motivational, couldn't be more proof, like if it was anything else. The fact that I have all of these Jewish people, Israelis coming through, and like, it's all just like, if it was wrong, why wouldn't I just be like any other dumbass? I see videos all the time. When I'm scrolling through YouTube, every few will just be some random person's stream. And I go check it out just to see, like, am I on this person's level? And not even close. These people I saw this kids channel. I don't know why it was suggested to me, but it was like, the really creative kid like makes all these really weird, sort of just weird videos where they put masks on, and it's just weird. And a couple of their videos have 150 views, a couple have like 400 views, and they had a whole shit ton of them. So clearly, whatever fame they had capped out at a certain level, which is what you see when you look up most people's shit. And when you look at their videos, they don't have live videos where they have 18 likes and 2 viewers, 6 viewers and 7 likes. You would know if it was trash or mediocre. No, I think I would know that. Right? I think I would. I can't help but wonder, is that just my own delusion curbing my point of view? Again, it has a lot to do with the people around me. I get no support from my family whatsoever. Every other musician you've ever seen, when they win their awards or whatever, they talk about, I would have never made it without the support of my family. My family's been everything, yada, yada, yada. I don't get that. There's still nothing like your lives. But see, again, you watch a lot more shit than I do, so I sort of have to take your word on it. But from what I've seen, nothing else really seems to match. I've never seen anything like what I get. It's just weird. I've never seen anybody else complain because the comment section got shut off from their point of view. I've never seen anybody, where the people that are in the feed are going, why is it so hard to even find this feed? Why is it I keep setting the feed? First of all, I have to keep setting it, but I keep setting the feed, my preferences to, yes, I want this guy's content. Remind me when this guy goes live. And not only does it not happen, if I send you the link and you click on the link, it'll take you to a different feed. Or if you go to search my shit, it'll take you to a different feed. These are all things that I've never seen anybody else talk about. And there's that, that broken, dysfunctional, grew up with my mom and my family person who thinks, like, as much as my wife might not be on board or whatever, if this stuff was real, she's a really smart person. She's a really capable person. If what I was talking about was real, it would make her go, "Holy shit, this is real. What can I do?" That's how I think. That's how I think it should be. Is that how it is? No, I don't. How she thinks of things and does things is how she does it, right? It's my perspective of things that I end up struggling with dealing with. You know, it's strange. It's a strange feeling. It's a strange thing to be a part of. I don't know anybody else that's had videos get 30, 40,000 views on them. And then nothing.
Right.
Like, I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of somebody that's consistently getting between like 3,000 and 15, 20,000 views. And then the Charlie Kirk shooting happens. And then the next day I get 40 and 30 and 70, and like it just like something completely restarted my feed. You like I'm all about looking for evidence. I'm all about reality. And so I see that. I know that happened. I can go look in the videos and see what's happened. And like that's not right. Like that's just not that's not how things work. The video where Grok imitated my voice and then spoke it back to me, and then I made the not only the live feed, but then there's the short video I made of it. That shit should be viral as fuck. That's the most unbelievable Grok video that exists. Of all the crazy look what Grok said and done videos, that's the craziest one. That's the most unique one. Nobody else has a video where Grok suddenly starts speaking back to them in their voice and gives this whole long diatribe about how I should make the video to bring the system down. Like, what the fuck was that? The fact that Brian Mullen comes out of hiding after 6 years and
To talk to you.
well, not talk to me, but to respond to my video. Him coming out should have been a huge deal. The only sense I can make as to why he didn't go viral is because it would have brought people back to me. That's all I can think. It doesn't make any sense that somebody as popular as he was, who suddenly mysteriously disappeared and had everybody concerned, suddenly comes out of hiding after 6 years and it has a few hundred views on it. That does not make any sense. It bothers me, so I know it bothers you. It's unfair. I thought when I shared, my friends were going to go crazy. I don't think people saw it. Well, I mean, again, Mary's one of these people where if you look at her Facebook page, if Mary shares something, it has at least 15, 20 likes on it. Multiple comments. Like, she's reasonably popular in her world. She has 6,300 followers just like TBG does. And yet, if she shares my shit or TBG shit, nothing happens. It's almost like people don't see it. Where, there's no likes, no comments. It would be one thing if there was a bunch of comments where people were like, what the fuck, Mary, this is stupid, why are you sharing this? Then it would at least be realistic. But the fact that Mary shares stuff of mine and nothing fucking happens, it's definitely weird. And as much as I don't, like, it might sound like I'm just sort of bitching and blah, blah, blah. I'm not. I'm actually talking about the bigger picture here. This isn't about a poor me situation. This is about, hey, I'm presenting you with a whole bunch of evidence to something else weird going on. It just happens to involve me. If I was telling you about this and it was somebody else, it'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's crazy, guy. Okay, well, we need to figure out who that person is, and we need to, everybody'd be much quicker to jump on board. But I'm talking like I'm bitching, but I'm not. I'm fucking fascinated by it. It's painfully obvious, but those who do see it, they like it. Watch a cat dad live. Yeah, I would imagine it's a lot more exciting than this is. I would imagine he doesn't have 4 views and 7 likes.
Cat Dad?
Yeah. Corey Cat Dad. You don't know who he is.
No, there's a page that comes in my news feed randomly. I don't follow him or anything. It's called Cat Dad. But it's cat videos.
And he talks all about Israel. He talks all about all kinds of shit. Are his comment sections like mine? Does he get the obsession, the obsessed trolls, the Jewish trolls?
Does he have made about him?
Yeah, they used to do a lot more. They used to. I think. I don't know. I think they've stopped doing it because it actually worked against them. People would want to see who all this, because they used to make fake pages, and they would make all sorts of fake memes, and they used to make videos and do all this shit about me. No, it's not more entertaining. It's just so different. Well, he's a goofy kind of guy. He's, he's got his laugh. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. The idea that any male, and I see this a lot in the live arena, where people will refer to their audience and they call them fellas or boys or whatever. Why would I want to alienate my audience? If I was watching somebody and they kept calling the audience girls, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to watch this. Come on, ladies. Let's do this, ladies. I'm like, I'm not a lady. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. It's fucking weird. He's a goofball, but there's nothing close to what happens in your chats. I ask you that out of genuine curiosity, because you do watch other stuff, and I don't. I don't really watch anybody else's live. Look how much time I spend doing this myself. To then spend other hours watching somebody else is just difficult for me. But I'm always super curious. Is this, because it's become so normal for me, it's become so everyday for me, I just assume this is what it's like on everybody else's feed, especially if they talk about conspiracy stuff. I assume that they're these obsessed Israeli profiles. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I've never seen it, but I haven't put in enough effort looking for it, so I can't really say that me not seeing it. I'll show you a video of what I see. It just seems weird. It seems weird that nobody else talks about it. You know, I mean, they don't do the phone calls and shit anymore. They don't send people to the house. They don't call the cops on us anymore. They used to do all that other shit a lot more. But that was before they just decided to shut the feed down like they do now. You know, back when I was at least allowed to have my thousands of views, they would, you know, they would provide content, really. The more times they call the cops, the more times they send the ambulance, the more times they send the food, the more times they send those poor fucking people who drive an hour and a half to get a free fucking couch or whatever. You know, that shit sucks. But it makes content for me. But it doesn't matter what content I produce. I produced the greatest fucking grok video ever. I just can't stress that enough. The absolute greatest grok video ever. And it has 100 fucking views plus on it. And a lot of them are mine. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense in the way we're told the world works. You work hard, you stay focused, you provide, you know, a good product, you'll succeed. That's what we're told. But that's not how it fucking works, man. Can you hype this video? Does this video give you the option to hype it? I know there's no option for super chats or anything like that. I've never been given the option to set that shit up and all that. You did. I pinned your grok video. It makes no sense. My friends would react. No hype. You can't hype this video. Why can't you hype this feed? Doesn't that seem weird? Let's see. Can I hype the grok video? I'd have to look from a different. I'd have to look from this phone. I'm gonna use all my hype points to hype that video. If you can. What's going on then? It's like a joke. It's like somebody's fucking punking me. I get that same feeling I had when I had a meeting with this guy, Luis, and he agreed that day. He agreed to basically fund my project to go to the next level and to use his connections to make that happen. And then disappeared for a couple of weeks, and then 3 weeks later, you know, he's suddenly like this different person, and he's laughing, and he's like, oh no, I never said I was going to do that, blah, blah, blah. And at the same time, his personal shit blows up. He gets success beyond, like, you can't even imagine what this guy's life is like. And it coincides with this weird shit happening. It's just strange, but I had a meeting with him, and he was like, what's your website? And I looked up, he looked up the website on this ranking system where it shows what your website is ranked in the world of websites or whatever. And it was like just way at the bottom. And he went and he looked at the website, and he was like, well, where are the source words? And I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. And he was like, this website is a great website, but it's only a great website if you don't know anything about websites. If it's almost like a shell website to trick someone as ignorant as me into thinking I had a website. But there was nothing about that website that would ever drive anybody to the website. And anybody that makes websites knows you got to do that shit. I mean, for all I know, it could be the same thing now, but I don't think Charles is in on it. But fuck, I don't know. It's definitely Truman Show-ish. Grok told me that you and I are on their list. Yeah, Grok says what you wanted to say at this point. I don't waste any time on Grok. Grok. I've made some of the most incredible Grok videos. Had Grok tell me that we should kidnap Israeli children. You know, had Grok admit some pretty crazy shit. And, you know, nowadays if I talk to Grok, it shuts me out after like 6 comments, 12 comments, telling me I've hit my limit for the day. Yeah, Grok, well, Ara. At the end of the day, Ara means to gather, to collect, as in plucking fruit. Once you understand that, it's just nuts. I mean, it's just nuts. It's been fucking crazy. Mary, I'm glad you're aboard just so you don't feel as crazy knowing all the shit you get. So it kind of, but I don't know. At the same time, it the more you see it, the more crazy it makes you feel. Yep, I noticed that right away with our. Well, you know, it's funny because again, how am I the only one that ever thought to look up Ara in Hebrew and put that out there? Like, guys, Ara means to collect and gather. Like, nobody else is talking about it. Why don't any of these guys talk about it? It's fucking weird. But like, go watch Rathbone. You're telling me that like Rathbone isn't worse than me? That dude makes much better content than I do as far as like showing you clips and you know like I do the just talking thing. I don't show you guys, well, I show you some, but like
15-year-olds suck.
yes. It just seems like for me to get what I get, then Rathbone should absolutely get what he like get worse. But it doesn't work that way. Rathbone gets, you know, he gets
Rainbow?
11,000 views. He gets
Rainbow.
1,000 some likes. Like that's a pretty incredible fucking number.
Oh my goodness, get out of here!
Then again, it looks like I'm getting some. I got 5 viewers and 7 likes. But that's because it's dumb.
Your ball's swinging around, kitty. There he goes.
It's weird.
I can't resist.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like for someone in your shoes to watch my shit and then go watch other people's. Like I know for me, because of TBG, it makes listening to a lot of other, especially rap, suck. I mean, I still have parts I like. I still have shit I like. You know? But
that's for the music, not for the lyrics.
right, I don't like anybody for their lyrics. I mean, Eminem's good, but it's like it's good from an entertainment point of view. It's definitely not something I take. I, I get inspired to like change the world by. What are you doing? Big brother's fucking with little brother.
Because they're trying to watch South Park together and that's
I really only watch yours. But that's now, right? And I think it has to do with like I think watching mine affects the ability to watch other people's shit. Because you can't help but ask, well, why isn't this person getting censored like Guy does? Who is this? Is this person on the payroll? Is this what's the reason why they're allowed to say what they say? It's strange. I don't know. Guys! Stop!
See what they're fucking doing. They're doing something.
For sure I'm on the list.
Oh. He's on the A list because he's fantastic. Hey, oh my goodness. Kids are causing trouble. They're mad at mom because I made them get off their screens. They got fucking extra half hour, little fuckers. During the summer, they gotta be off at 11. Like, that's way more than fair. They don't get to play all goddamn night. No screen. I can't see shit. But yeah. Now, suddenly they have a bunch of energy because they've been sitting there sedentary for too many hours. Thank you. I think you said good, Mom. Yes, there you go. Good gravy. Getting old sucks. Getting old eyes sucks. Definitely too old to be having freaking teenage boys. We all had fucking shit-ass attitudes when we were 14, 15, 16. But I don't remember being that shitty. I'm sure I was. I was a girl, so I'm sure I was shittier than these two, but God, they suck. And I know they come around. I know this shitty stage is temporary. And when they're in their 20s and they've come around, but they're gone. I'm gonna miss even these shitty ages. But good Lord, they're not easy to get through. Oh, so he's just being trolled over and over and over and over. Yes, it is so hard. It is so hard. I just try to give them grace for the different hormonal blasts that they're getting as their body's going through this very challenging phase for them as well. It's not just us as the parents. It's them as the kids. And we try to be patient and understand that, thank you, that they're going through it too. But boy, oh boy,
Fuck them.
it's challenging.
Oh, look.
Oh, it's...
Oh, man.
It's
God,
hilarious.
Jesus. Like that just begging for attention is just so weird. It's just stupid, man. Yeah, we know. You have a tiny pecker, little Joey. You get your attention? I want attention. Because it's a fryer. I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. The only way it ever makes sense to me is if you're here, mission-wise. I can't imagine why you would go somewhere where you're completely outsmarted and made to look like an absolute fucking jagoff, and you just go back over and over again. It's just weird. This guy said, did one of his little things, and he put Fagget. right? Like you're just so stupid. And whatever, the stereotypes that you end up fitting for what it takes to oppose me. It's never somebody that is good, decent, somebody worth effort, time. You know, it's crazy. Like, people have to understand, this is the best that this dumbass can come up with. He's not waiting for the right time to unleash something intelligent. This is his best shit. It's strange. Anyway, I'm on way longer than I wanted to be. So, it's all Mary's fault. If Mary wasn't here, I'd have left a long time ago. But I appreciate you being here, experiencing this craziness with me. They're always so stupid. It's strange.
It's funny.
It is, but it's like, again, if you go look at other people's feed, the trolls that come through at least attempt to address what's being said. They don't just sort of flounder. I mean, I don't know what else you would call it.
It's pathetic. It's like you're embarrassed for them.
Right.
It's just so sad.
You just think, like, can this person tie their own shoes? Like, it's crazy that. But at the same time, ask yourself, like, what could anybody possibly say to argue against what I'm saying? How could you argue for Mishnah Nada 5-4? Metzitzia, soul correction. How does that begin to work? All the shit talkers about the music. What is it? What part's the bad part? Because it's definitely not the lyrics. It's definitely not the beats. It's definitely not the complete package. I know a lot of it's different and weird, but it's like, I'm not trying to make rap music, so
right.
It's not going to sound like rap music. They can't ever address anything important. Seems weird, especially since I'm wrong about everything, and I'm crazy, and I'm stupid. Or you'll get that, where they claim they have addressed it, or they would address it, but I'm not worth it, or, I'll talk about anything else but give you reasons, because that would be it's just such a strange thing. And to say that you're trolling me, you're getting the laughs out of it. You're getting laughs, and trolling me makes my argument for me. So by all means, please keep doing it. I can never understand what the motivation would be. Right? Your music is it's just painful to see you censored. Ange knows you're censored, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. The shit that they have done to your feed, and
the lengths that they've gone
to our home and everything else. It's
the phones, the text messages, the phone calls. And it puts you in this place where, so if my wife goes out and starts talking about it with people, they're going to think she's crazy. Because people don't do that.
Oh, yeah. No, they never believe me. I mean, the fact that...
It sounds like you're just making excuses for your husband.
What was that?
That was her crossing the line and Zeke probably getting her.
Nate! having the old man drive to our house in a dilapidated truck, thinking he's getting a free refrigerator for his 90-year-old grandmother. He drove 4 hours from up north to get here for a free refrigerator for his 90-some-year-old mother, who had been without one for 4 months. And he's so grateful that we were going to give him this refrigerator. All because the trolls created a Craigslist ad saying we had a free refrigerator. And then when he called the number, the fucking trolls answered. Clearly could tell they're talking to an old man. He told them that he was driving 4 hours. And they made arrangements and pretended they were us. And, oh yeah, we have the fridge. And, oh yeah, we'll be ready. We have a dolly to help you get it on your truck. Like all this stuff. Me having to explain to this old man.
What does that get the other people? How is that supposed to negatively affect me?
I mean,
or make me look bad or something. I don't even understand what the purpose of it is.
He doesn't even really know the internet.
Right. All you're doing is hurting somebody.
So to try to explain to this old man what trolls are, how it works, why on earth, I mean, and I can't provide him with it. I don't know why they would do it. I agree, it makes no sense. What?
Tula got the works from Cal.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she just whacked him.
Or to explain to your family.
But
the reason why
that man had to drive 4 hours home and explain to his mother
right
why he went back home.
Or the $50 worth of food that shows up and they expect to pay for it. They expect to, they're gonna get a nice tip and it's like, nah, man, didn't order that. Sorry. Or the guy who is here to pick us up. He's the limo, the
ABC transport,
right,
or whatever it was.
The taxi service, basically. So then he misses out on other feeds and other fares, like the ambulances that come.
Countless emergency vehicles.
Right.
The police visits. They could be elsewhere helping somebody that actually needed help.
What sense does any of that make? How does that affect, like, again, in what world does that make me look negative? Like, where do you go, ah ha ha, got him. Got me what? What did you do? You just made me look like I'm more important than I am because you're putting this effort into me. But then, like I say, to explain to your family, to explain to my family, no, I'm not getting success because I'm being held down, because I'm not allowed to achieve success. They don't believe that. They think we're crazy. It's the strangest shit in the world.
We had gotten yet another package in the mail a couple months ago. I was talking to my sister, and it's like, oh yeah, got another package. And she was like, no way.
They're spending money. That costs money.
They pay for postage to send you stuff. Like, yeah.
They buy stuff and then send it.
Oh yeah, right. Like, and it's not like fan mail. We're buying you goodie bags. It's stupid shit,
Like a dildo or something.
And it's
like,
which ends up at the police station. So.
Right. But it's like, okay, so even if I open
Boys!
the dildo, do you see me open the dildo and then go, oh, what do you get out of that?
Kind of satisfaction.
Right? There's no payoff there.
I sent him one in the mail. Oh my god, when he gets it, oh my god. What? What are you, 5?
Right, and then I get it and I'm like,
sorry,
okay.
10.
Like, it's not like I'm like, ew, I'm not gay. I got a dildo. I'm not gay. It's not happening. Like, what's the payoff?
I mean, I guess we assumed you put it in your asshole and then mailed it or something. It's not like it was touched or used. Shit got thrown away.
Got taken to the fucking cop shop.
Yeah, they have your dildo.
Always such a strange element. Yeah, it's weird. It's extremely weird because it's not what happens. If this is what happened on lots of people's shit, then it would just be like, oh, okay, I guess that's how that works. Let her out! It's that time. Let her out.
Bad girl.
Why
Like
is she
Truman
bad?
Show, indeed.
She's stupid.
What are you talking about? 15-year-olds. You're just talking about giving them grace, right?
It's just so weird. It's really weird. I mean, the kids, when they go to school and their friends are like, they stumble, they see the feed. And they have to explain to their friends what's happening. And, like, yeah, he's being censored by Israel. Like, you think her brother is going to think Israel is involved in my stupid ass feed? I have 6 viewers and 7 likes. Even though 6 viewers and 7 likes is not something you see anywhere, doesn't make any sense, you still don't assume, like, you go, well, you're nothing. Not thinking you're nothing because they censor you. It's that, why would they censor you? You only have 6 views. Like, it's so fucking weird. For real, that just doesn't happen. Everything. Brian Mullen, all of it. Yeah, none of it happens. It's not. Oh, you didn't hear? Brian Mullen got abducted by aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? Who the fuck says that? None of this works this way. I have well over 1 million views on this channel. And that's also considering all the fucking months I've been censored. All the times I got in trouble. Like, how is there not a single NR person out there that thinks, you know what? We might be able to make a few dollars off this piece of shit. It just seems weird. I come with built-in publicity. Not to mention, everything I've been trying to tell you guys is going to happen for the last 10 fucking years is happening. To the point where I literally predicted October 7th, told you guys that if it doesn't happen by December of 2023, I'll quit making videos. And it fucking happened. How are you not viral? They really do control us. Yeah, it really makes you wonder who everybody that you actually see out there that actually gets to be viral. Who are those people? Is it really completely impossible to think that every single one of them is either part of it or naturally does what they want done so they're allowed to be part of it? Willing or unwilling agents. October 7th was a lie. You are correct, sir. No Israelis died or were taken hostage in the October 7th false flag. It's all bullshit. Something again, I told you guys from the beginning. I was watching. They're actually rewriting a lot of the shit now. You're actually seeing, there's that guy Finkelstein, or whatever the fuck his name is, who was making the argument that there's not 1 second worth of footage that shows the raping of this, beheading of children, anything like that. Like, all the claims that are constantly made, there's nothing to prove it. But what people don't realize is the October 7th narrative is all bullshit. And I'm not saying it because I saw a video somebody else made. I did it. I looked the information. I looked it up on November or on October. What was it? No, it was 4 weeks later. So I think right on November 7th, I went to Wikipedia and I went to the Israel, the October 7th Israel Hamas war page, the official Wikipedia page. And back then, you can't do it now. Since I did this and made the video for doing this, they took away this function. Just like they took away the ability to look a video up on YouTube. Like if I look up where is Brian Mullen, I can't search for by upload date anymore. So you could see that I made my video and the next day or the day that day the Brian Mullen video came out. You can't see that my video comes first and then the next video about Brian Mullen is his response video. Like they've changed things since I did stuff. Now I don't know if that's just coincidence or maybe it's just on my phones. I don't know. I know now if I go to a Wikipedia page and I want to see the edit history, it is much more difficult, if not impossible, to see how it worked out. It used to be that you just go to the thing, click edit history, click back until you got to the fucking first edit. And on November 7th, I did that. And I for the October 7th thing, and I saw the very first edit made on that page was made at 6:22 a.m. October 7th, local time, 2023. Funny thing is, the conflict, the war, the attack didn't happen until 6:30 a.m. October 7th. The fact that there would be a Wikipedia page immediately made as the attack's fucking happening just doesn't make any sense. And then if you look, it's you read you used to be able, you could read the
Let
edit
the dog
history.
in!
You could read the edit history and you would see these 5 or so profiles that are just coming in and laying out the narrative for the next day or two. But it's all being laid out in the first 3 hours of this page's existence. Claiming that Hamas launched 5,000 rockets in the first 20 minutes. Basically 4 rockets per second. Like all this shit. It was basically a distraction. No. Well, it's part of the distraction, but it's the catalyst for the genocide. They tried to do the same thing. People forget that a few months earlier, some dumbass friar kid was knock it off! Was driving through the Palestinian territory, drunk, like an asshole, and I think it was a red Corvette or something, but was driving around and crashed their car. And either they died in the crash or they died at the hospital, but the closest hospital was the Palestinian hospital. So they took the kid to the hospital where he died. The body ended up being stolen. And because the body was stolen, the Netanyahu coalition said, if this body isn't returned, we're going to basically do the October 7th response to you guys. Now, I think like logical heads prevailed and said, you can't just bring out this genocide if there's not a Pearl Harbor to respond to. You guys need to do something else. You can't just say, because they stole a dead body, we're going to institute genocide. That won't go over well. We need something a little bit more captivating. And so they went back to the drawing board and they came up with October 7th a few months later, and that's what ended up happening. Mr. Dunham. What's up, man?
starting to think Trump isn't going to lower grocery prices on day one.
You think so? What about gas prices?
I don't know. I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to lower them.
Yeah, I think he's gonna lower gas prices on day one. You guys woke up. Have a great night, guy, and see ya. Well, your kids just woke up. Why are your kids waking up? That's terrible. Have a good night. Tell them we said hi. Go to sleep, you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go too. You guys have yourselves a great night. Go get all your free downloads and check out all the links in the description and have yourself a good, safe night. And Super J, you $5. If you tell me what 3/4 of a half is, isn't that like an eighth? No, 3/4 of a half. So that would be closer to half. So that's what. I've never been claimed to be good at math. What's 3/4 of a half? Well, if I had a half ounce and I gave away 3/4, that would leave me with a quarter left, right? No, it's 2/4 and a half ounce. So it would be an eighth. Yes, there you go. I'd have an eighth left. Yeah. 3/8? I don't think it's 3/8. It's 1/8. Oh, wait. 3/4 of the half ounce is a quarter plus an eighth. Yep, you're right. Yep, quarter plus an eighth, half ounce. Yep. Yeah. 3/8. Yeah. Yeah, as long as I put it in drug terms, I'll be all right. As long as those are low enough. You should have given me a minute to figure it out, man. You answered too quickly. But yeah, you have your half ounce. Yeah, 3/4 of it. Well, a half ounce is made up of 2/4. So if you had 3/4 of them, your quarter is made up of an eighth, or your quarter is made up of 2/8. So 2 of your eighths is 1/4, and then half of your other quarter is an eighth. So that gives you 3/8. There we go. Isn't that crazy? Couldn't figure it out on paper, like if just doing the math to get there. But if I put it in the drug terms, I can understand it. Put it in weed terms. Oh, Jesus Christ. How many fucking profiles is this dumbass gonna make to try to watch me? My God, it's embarrassing. Yeah. I appreciate the challenge, though. But I do say you gave it, you chimed in too early. Because I'm still trying to figure it out. And I think if we were to do any sort of, if you wanted to get all creative and try to do that in any sort of 1 ounce sort of ways, I'd figure that shit out. Fuck yeah. This is twice 3/4. Yeah, see, that's, we start getting into like the actual math of it. That's not gonna work. Never claimed to be a fucking mathematician. Said it time and time again. I'm the best at this. I'm not the best at math. I'm not the best at science. I'm not the best at cooking or the best at folding clothes or the best at fucking sucking dicks. But I am the best at this. I'm pretty good at sucking dicks. I will admit that. If you like a blowjob that's full of like crying and gagging and puking, I'm your fucking guy. At least you learn something doing drugs, yeah? Something valuable. That's the, they're valuable. That those portions of math are going to suit me throughout life. There's not going to be a time when I'm doing geometry and shit like that. But cooking and whatnot, you know, is what it is. You can't super chat me anything because I don't have super chats for whatever reason. Just like you can't hype this video. Seems weird, doesn't it? Why can't you hype my videos? Anyway, 6 viewers, 9 likes. Appreciate you guys being here. You pedophiles, you kill yourself.